Alright, I'm ready for another video. I hope y'all are. And if you've already clicked here, you pretty much know what I've titled this one. We're calling this C.Q.S, or that's my acronym for it, Close Quarter Squirrelin. Now to go ahead and get out of the way that I think you can take a squirrel with one of these, maybe past 50 yards. You got to be a really good shooter to make make contact like that. But I've taken one squirrel between 35 and 50 with my Ruger Mark III 2245 with the 5.5-inch bull barrel before, and that's the only gun on the table that really has been squirrel hunting with me. And it's only responsible for 2 squirrels, one of which I got a picture of, which I hope to roll into the video. And so these are all capable of taking squirrels a long distance, but I want to talk about how I use them in my squirrel hunting technique. A lot of times when you're carrying a scoped rifle, you will have shots at a squirrel that are somewhere between 10 and 15 yards. There's going to be those times where you creep up on a squirrel if you're cruising through the woods, and you're gonna walk up on one, as did I. One I killed with this pistol. He was at about excuse me. He was at about, I would say somewhere between 12 and 15 yards away. I shouldered my rifle as far as slinging it up, drew my pistol from the holster, took aim, took the slack out of the trigger, broke a shot, missed completely. I don't know if he had any idea where the shot come from, if he heard anything. He was very attention focused on eating, and I reset the trigger, lined my sights up again, broke the second shot and made contact. And for me, that's how I'm going to use these in the squirrel woods. I don't ever independently take one of these out and that's my only tool to take squirrels with. This is usually a combination tool for me. So if I have those shots at squirrels that are somewhere between 10 or let's just say 0 and 15 yards, where I know that if I'm shooting a scoped rifle, and most of my scoped rifles are an inch low at 15 yards, and I know where to hold the crosshairs to make a hit at that distance, if I can use my pistol at that distance, or I'm carrying my pistol at that distance, that's what I'll use. That's what I choose to use. It's a much easier shot for me at that distance than trying to play the crosshairs and trying to hold over, because your scope's set above the bore line, and that's important for you to remember. And your scope's being set maybe half an inch to an inch above the bore line. You have to take an account for that, and also you have to put your rifle on paper at 10 or 15 yards just to see where you're hitting, so you know you can make an accurate shot. I mean, hunting's hunting, killing's killing. We've all heard that line before. If you came out here to kill everything, it'd be called killing, not hunting. But when I gear up to go into woods to squirrel hunt, I aim to bring some squirrels out with me. It's kind of like going fishing and not coming out with anything on the stringer. I aim to catch something, or in this case to take game, so I try to be as efficient as possible. So players we got on the table here, my newest acquisition is Ruger 2245 Light. I've already changed Volquartsen to the Volquartsen trigger kit on it. It's got a Bushnell TRS 25 red dot on top. I've roughly got it sighted in at 7 to 10 yards with Remington Golden bullets, which not everybody's a fan of, but I got some bulk of, so been working with those. Again, Ruger 2245 Mark III with the 5.5-inch bull barrel. I got a fiber optic sight on the front of that. Pretty good gun, and there's an obvious difference in between these factory and Volquartsen trigger. The factory trigger can get done what you need to get done, but the slop in it is reduced by the Volquartsen trigger kit. And down here on the bottom, probably Ruger's stiffest competition is the Browning Buckmark, and that's the 5.5-inch camper edition. All accurate enough to take squirrel in the woods. just about any time I have the load-bearing ability to carry one of these pistols on me, which most likely it's going to be this one from now on out just because of the weight reduction. It's usually accompanying me in the woods, because sometimes when you're creeping in early season, and early season for us is going to be, you know, second week in October till about maybe the second week in November. I'd say that's still early season. They're still foraging for food, looking around. If you take a slow stalk through the woods while things are still quiet outside, and you maybe catch a dew in the morning on the leaves and you can creep quietly, a pistol can be a really good tool to take those squirrels at close distances. And you know, basically that's all I wanted to show, and all I wanted to say was that 22 pistols are a very viable option for taking squirrels at close distances. They can get it done at long distances too. Don't want to hurt the revolver guys' feelings, but I don't have any revolvers that are chambered in 22 that I would take out squirrel hunting in my inventory right now. But I think they're viable options also, especially with you being able to cock a hammer back to single action and make a nice crisp trigger pull. I would think that you could make an accurate hit without a doubt. But that's close quarter squirreling. That's how I use it in my squirrel hunting tactics, and maybe you can pick up something from this video that'll help you out. Maybe you will consider a 22 pistol as a close quarter option for the squirrels. Thanks for watching, guys.